So last Tuesday, the Texas Senate Committee on Health and Human Services held a public hearing on Senate Bill 379. Now, what is this bill? Well, this bill is pretty much trying to prevent SNAP recipients from using their benefits to buy certain junk food items, right? So SNAP is pretty much food stamps, but SNAP is also an acronym for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Okay? Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. And on their front cover of their website, the first thing you see when you go to their website, here, I'll show you guys, is this: putting healthy food within reach for those in need. SNAP provides food benefits to low-income families to support or to supplement their grocery budget so they can afford the nutritious food essential to health and well-being, right? So they can afford the nutritious food essential to health and well-being, okay? Now, there's an article that shows that the USDA has reported SNAP spends about 20% of their total revenue on sugary drinks, sodas, junk food, blah, 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 right? With 9% of that specifically being targeted towards sugary drinks. Now, it is a bit ironic for SNAP. Their whole face is, hey, we want to give you nutritious food. We want to help you buy healthy foods, right? But 20% of their spending goes to junk foods. So Alec Puente, the governor relations director of the American Heart Association, he talks about how he also has the goal of improving Texans' health. He voiced concerns that these restrictions would not enhance diets, but would exacerbate hunger in Texas. So apparently, if this bill gets passed, Texans would go hungry because they wouldn't be allowed to eat as much sugary foods, potato chips, junk food. So they're kind of outing themselves with saying that and pretty much proving the point that people are buying a little bit too much junk food with a program that was meant to help you buy healthier foods for low-income families. Why are low-income families being targeted and being allowed to buy so much junk food that's bad for your health, knowing that they might not have the best health care, knowing that if they keep eating all this sugar, all these junk foods, a lot more, diseases and shit's going to happen to them, so then they're going to have to go to the doctor, and then the doctors get paid out. Now, all of this is really suspicious to me. This is, my conspiracy theory brain going off, but in 1950, there was actually scientists that were paid off by the sugar industry, specifically the Sugar Research Foundation. They were paid off to say that sugar wasn't, one of the lead causes in heart disease, and it was fat. And what we know now is healthy fat. They were saying that the healthy fats are actually not healthy, and they were causing these health diseases, right? And unfortunately, it only cost $500 to pay off these quote-unquote scientists, okay? Like, these guys sold out quicker than John Cena sold out to The Rock. You know what I mean? They just didn't care about American health. They took the money and they were like, yeah, you know what? It's actually not sugar that's causing all these problems. It's the fat. It's the red meat. It's the eggs that you eat and the high cholesterol and this and that. It's actually any of the healthy foods that humans have been eating for thousands of years. It's definitely not the sugar, so don't look over here at the sugar in the junk food. You know what I mean? And when scientists back in the day say that, then journalists, high prominent journalists, though that shit gets sent into an article and tons of people read it, and it shapes society and it shapes science, and there's narratives now that are just not true, and it's just super ironic for the health or the heart association, the American Heart Association, not want to lower sugar consumption in humans. You know what I mean? If this whole make Texas healthy again thing was really true and that's what they really wanted to happen, they would do anything to make it happen. And one of those things is to stop people from buying so much junk food with these, beneficial programs. But on the flip side of that, let's play devil's advocate. If I'm somebody with benefits, I'm not going to be like, well, that's unfair. Well, I'm going to be like, that's unfair. You can't tell me what I can and cannot buy, which is absolutely true. But if you're on a beneficial program, they can pretty much tell you what you can and cannot buy because you're on their program, you know? So it's kind of just weird. It sucks everywhere. You know, you would wish that the Heart Association would do something about getting healthier and you know, helping people get on the right path. Exacerbating hunger in Texas is just insane to me. Like, they can't eat anything else other than this junk food. Like, what are you talking about? People are going to go hungry? Just get out of here with that. That's just insane. So, I don't know. It's just kind of funny. I thought it was a funny story. I think people need to look into it a little bit. Like, it's just a little sus. And this shit dates back to 1960s with, you know, it is a true story. The sugar industry, they definitely paid the scientists to change the narrative about, you know, heart disease. So it's funny that the American Heart Association is still on program with that today. It's just ironic. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Peace out. See you guys later.